put slideshow. Slideshow.
Okay, so thank you. Would like to introduce to you today's session on roundtable session. But before we go quickly on that, I want to let you introduce yourselves, and then we give for the leader, Mohammed Bahedi, also to introduce the institution. Then we will proceed with the roundtable theme of today. Yeah. So before we proceed, I would like to have a quick introduction of yourselves, starting by this side, yeah, by my right. Yeah.
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Melis Hiro. I'm the admin for SIAS.
You are what, sorry?
The administrator. The admin.
You are the team leader?
Yeah, I'm the team leader.
Yeah, I'm Boris Nsanzamaha, student of Masters of Art in Development Studies, University of Rwanda.
Good afternoon. I'm Elizabeth Muhammad. I'm a UR student in the Master's program.
And which program?
Development Studies.
Development, same.
Thank you. My name is Flashance. I'm a student in the University of Rwanda in Masters of Development Studies.
My name is Emmanuel Kailanga. I'm from UR. I'm a student in the Master's of Development Studies.
I'm Shakira Shumba. I'm also a student in Master of Arts in Development Studies.
I'm Jean Dodier Mangano. I'm also a student in Masters of Education in the option of Mathematics in Mount Kenya University.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. I'm Solomon Andrusia. I'm a student also, and I'm from Rwanda Plus. I'm a student in electricity.
Electrical engineering?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. My name is Ernest User. I'm a SIAS supervisor.
Thank you so much. My name is Kwizera Issa. I am here at SIAS as a project manager and library team leader.
You just graduated from education, right?
Yes, yes.
My name is Mohammed Bouhaji. I'm from Bahrain. And I'm the founder of this organization, which is I'm delegated soon for this guy. Yes.
Okay.
Dr. Emmanuel, introduce yourself also. Maybe they don't know you.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe some of them is your students or?
Yeah, they are my students
Okay.
from master program.
Okay.
I invited them to join us today. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, and my name is Dr. Mshumima Emmanuel. Yes, and I'm also senior researcher and lecturer here at SIAS Institute. But before maybe we proceed about this, SIAS is an institution on socio-economic studies, yeah, and it has started a few years ago here in Rwanda. This is the second year normally, and it started as an inspiration economy and resilience economy program. Soon you have masters in resilience economy and inspirational economy. We will have also PhD also in inspirational economy. Those are quite new themes in the current world of science. And if you Google SIAS, you will find a website and learn more about resilience economy and inspirational economy. This, as I talked to the founder, the idea of creating resilience economy and inspiration economy in Rwanda was to see how we can help the region also to develop basing especially on bottom-up approach, homegrown solutions, and like for instance, Uganda, like with the different activities that foster development, but from bottom-up approach, not always depending on foreign aid and so on and so forth. And that's the framework also of the talk of today on the non-financial wealth economy, actually. So capitalizing non-financial wealth is very important, yeah. And we will have, of course, an open discussion for each point, so that we go or we delve into the mechanism of capitalizing on non-financial economy, in Rwanda especially. But first of all, I will use a participatory approach, of course. And I would like to ask you, what is capitalization? Yeah? So if we talk about capitalizing, what is capitalization? And what is non-financial wealth? Then we have to capitalize on that. Please be open to answer to my question and also open debate on that. Yeah? What is capitalization? What do you understand by capitalization, and why should we capitalize things or non-financial wealth? Yeah. Please, someone? Yeah. Yes. The name again and the.
Okay.
Yes.
Again, my name is Christian.
Good.
Yeah. I think capitalization is recognizing the value of something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. Organizing.
Recognizing.
Yeah.
The
The
value
value
of something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
what I think.
That's one point. Yeah? Yes.
I think, as you say, capitalizing is just recognizing the value of something. And yes, in Rwanda, we have so many non-financial of which we can capitalize on them.
Exactly.
We don't have so many resources, but the main resource I can see we have it is just we have human capital. Can capitalize on the population of Rwanda just by giving them some education, giving them some skills, and equipping them with some knowledge that can help them to come from one level to the next level. And we have even this, we can develop even more on the tourism, as we can see it is non-financial. And so we have so many non-financial wealth that you can
capitalize. Yeah. Capitalizing, I think, to my understanding also, give you flow, is capital. It comes from the word capital. But what is capital then? What is the necessity of capital in economy or creation of wealth? Yeah? Yeah? Yes? Madam?
When I see, when you talk about capital,
Yes.
something that comes in the mind is assets,
Assets.
resources,
Right.
and then finance.
Then finance, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Normally, economy, capital is one of the factors of production. You cannot produce this phone if you don't have where to produce, to set up an industry. That is what we call land, yeah? So you have land, you have money, and what else? We have also machine and so on and so forth. Yeah. And the people, human resource. So those are things that you rely on to produce. So capitalizing is giving value, of course, recognizing the value of of something that can be reproduced for another activity or another product. So it's recognizing first the value, yeah, of the wealth, yeah, first of all. Second, it's optimizing the possible return from that wealth. Yeah. Because if you produce without return, that is not production. You're losing, actually. You better avoid producing when you don't have a return. It can be a social return, financial return, moral returns. There are different ways, yeah? Yeah? So, but it should be a return. Return, you will see the return. It's very important. What do you get from that optimization? Yeah? And then you find hidden opportunities. There are hidden opportunities around the world. Mostly people don't know that we have opportunities. And maybe I challenge you when you say Rwanda doesn't have a lot of resources. That is an idea we have to change from now on now. Yeah? If you want to capitalize wealth, you have to capitalize it with positive attitude. Positive attitude because it has been argued that, oh, Rwanda doesn't have resources. But you have enough resources, even non-financial resources. You have land, fertile land, we have lakes, yeah? We have nice fish, we have minerals, yeah? We have a lot, actually. But the mindset, especially of previous leadership, that you have to die, others have gotten gold and oil, and Rwanda have nothing, then you have to accept poverty. No. So at local level, at a household level, at national level, at regional level, there is wealth. It's a matter of capitalization. Yes. Yeah. So the third, you can lead.
So leveraging the growth of this wealth.
Yes. Yeah. Trying to upgrade the level. Trying to upgrade the growth. Yeah. Keeping on promoting that wealth. And developing this wealth. Yeah. Fourth, yeah, you can proceed.
Yeah, maintaining the wealth benefits.
Maintaining the wealth benefits. There is, of course, leveraging, yeah, but also maintaining. When we talk about maintaining, we are talking about sustainability. Maintaining. Yeah. If you buy a car today, you sell it tomorrow, you buy another car the next day, you sell it, and then it means you are not really maintaining the wealth. Maintaining the wealth is also looking at sustainability of what you do, or what you gain, or what you produce. That is what we call maintaining the wealth benefit.
But when you have benefit, you can sell it.
Yeah, if it is a business to sell the car, you can do it. I agree with you. Why do you think it is worth selling if you benefit from it? And how sustainable can it be if you buy and sell, buy and sell, and buy and sell? Yeah?
It depends on the nature of your project.
Exactly. It depends on the nature of the project you have. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when we talk about then capital, we have here different kind of capital. Yeah. Who can tell us or read the first, at least the first human capital? How can human capital be capitalized? Yeah, I'm asking you. let's have a debate on human capital. How can we capitalize human capital? What is human capital and how can we capitalize on it?
We need to consider human being or people like the most important resources of any nation. So, and we need to provide them with all the requirements, either social, intellectual, anything that can allow them to be more profitable to the country.
Yeah, that's true.
I can even add something on what he said.
Yes.
I can even equip them with the skills and knowledge that they need to do that kind of
And if I may ask you a question, that's good. Why human capital is necessary? Why human capital is necessary? What is the necessity of human capital? Yeah?
The human capital is the one that drives everything. Because without people, all those assets we are talking about, they can't be capitalized on because they need people to work with them, work on them.
Yeah. Give an example, for instance.
When you set a factory, you need these people who will work in it.
Exactly.
Even you have machines, but sometimes
Exactly.
they are not, they can't deal with them.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Another point.
On my behalf, I will say the quality of life.
Quality
Of life.
of life.
That's why we need to maintain the human capitals, because we can't do anything without human being who has a good life.
A good life, yeah. Good. So when you talk about human capital is very necessary. Actually, is the crucial capital we can capitalize on. The human being. And unfortunately, our region, East Africa, we are among the region who are very poor in terms of human capital development. Did you know that? The literacy level, we are the least educated region, actually. So in terms of human capital, for instance, our region is very poor in terms of human capital development. Some other region, for instance, let's say Southern Africa, have a lot of educated person. You know that Rwanda now have signed the agreement to bring educated people from Zimbabwe, from other countries, for instance, to teach in science and technology. That's because our human capital also is very weak. So human capital is important. And you said something good. You said that if we don't have human capital, other capital is done. That is when we have inefficient workers, corrupt leaders, everything. Because human capital is the crucial capital we have to capitalize on. Who can give an example of countries that have been developing human capital? And maybe tell me how they did so.
The best example that always has been impressed me is the Philippines.
The Philippines.
I think more than 70% of their income come from the human capital. Because of the quality of the people. And for example, the Gulf, if I have to choose between a person who's gonna work for me, let's say he's accountant, okay, or she's accountant, from India or from Philippines or from even Europe, I will choose Philippines. The best, you remember this quality cost delivery?
Yes.
The best quality at the best cost
Yeah.
Very efficient, very professional.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I started with some Filipinos. They're even smart and also good in heart.
yes.
Which
And
is
attitude.
the attitude, yes, that's what I said. The attitude also
Mm.
is good. Yeah.
So this is wealth. This is wealth. The country have too much population. What they do, they are capitalizing on that.
Exactly.
Capitalizing instead of having the population, and they migrate, a lot of them, but a lot of them also come back. For the best nursing is from Philippines. Nursing. Most of the nurses around the world.
Yes.
Now there is the shortage of nurses.
Yeah, nurses. Yeah.
Okay, or healthcare workers. You'll find always the Philippines number one. And they go for example, they take them for USA, they give them citizenship because their quality is high.
Yeah.
And they are ready labor.
Yes.
So government of Philippines will ensure that the education system is very strong.
Yeah.
Because they know that these people, what they do when they go outside, they bring good currency, money.
Exactly.
Yeah, for the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
The remittances, the transfer, the transfer money back home. Yeah, that's the key point. And you mentioned a very fruitful example. If you don't have human capital, the other capital, we cannot engineer them. We cannot have them working. Engineering is having something to work together and produce something. So, if you don't have human capital, the engineering of the economy of the society is obsolete.
But Doctor, I have to say something in my opinion. It is from experience also, and my PhD in that area, knowledge economy and so on. Every country have a human capital. There is no zero capital. Every country have a human capital. Okay.
Yeah.
The difference is that this country, they know how to optimize, like you were saying about optimization. Optimize from their human capital. For example, if the human capital is slow, or if they are, for example, their education system from the universities producing weak graduates.
Yes.
Okay, so the human capital value is less, even though they have a human capital, but because it was not optimized, the value is less.
Exactly.
But the human capital is there. Okay.
Exactly.
So that's important.
Yeah, but of course.
For that, these people, for example, in certain, like for example, Philippines, what they did, they capitalized in their human capital to bring from them knowledge capital.
Exactly.
Okay, and this is important also.
That is important to note because a human capital, every country of course have human capital.
Quantities without quality.
Quality, exactly.
Yes.
That is what you wanted to mean. Yeah. You have to capitalize. Yeah. Capitalize human capital. How do you capitalize the human capital? Yes. This is very crucial.
Yeah, I can tell you about our countries, for example, Arab world, and I hope Rwanda doesn't end up like this, but I can see Rwanda, still they have problem in human capital base.
Yes.
We end up, for example, in Arab world, I will not take an Arabic person from my country if I'm going for high tech, for example. Okay?
Okay.
Or I will take him if he's talking. As a communication, he's good. But in know-how and technology and efficiency and outcome, why should I pay for someone 10 times the salary of someone who can produce for me better product? So most of the people, what they do, they take Bahrainis, for example, from Bahrain, from our country, one person, because you have to take at least a number. I think in Rwanda the same thing, right? But then the rest they bring from
India.
The real people who do the work is not the nationals. Okay, Bahrain is exception, of course. Bahrain is better than Arab country, other neighboring countries. But I'm telling you, this is what's happening in countries when they don't have good human capital. Okay, the quality of the human capital is very, very important. Otherwise, you'll end up in redundant system. Means that you are available as Rwandi, for example, but someone else will be doing the real work. And they are the one who's learning. Okay? And this is what is the problem I can see now here, even Rwanda. But there will be people who will come in the future. Yeah, for example, our accountants company is Indians. not Rwandans. Okay, they do the job very quickly and so on. For example. Okay. So this is example. Why? Because if I bring again Rwandese so far, I could not find. Recruitment, we have. She knows Rwanda. We get very hard time to recruit people to find the proper people.
Exactly.
Okay. And this is where I think here again we're going back to capitalizing in the non-financial wealth. Means I need to really invest in the non-financial wealth because it is the real wealth.
Exactly.
It is the one who's going to bring for you the money and everything.
Yeah. Who can tell me the strategy that maybe the country is using to capitalize on human capital?
So just to strengthen on what Dr. Gita said, maybe can we say it's about brain drain? The way you educate someone from another country, then they are expected to come back to their country, not necessarily a nationality of the country, of the person from a citizen of the country. So I think that's one of the way that countries capitalize their human capital in different countries. Yeah, not basing it necessarily on maybe Rwanda. I've seen it maybe mostly Kenya, where they take their people, maybe let's say most Kenyans they usually migrate in Europe, so they go in Europe, they study, then they come back. So it's connected more of brain drain, brain draining. So that's it. That's one of the ways countries capitalize.
Yeah, but drain is it capitalizing or draining?
What she's saying, I think what she meant to say, certain countries attract them. For example, why people go migrating to USA, most of the people. If you are not good in USA, you might not get even $1. USA is an open market for competition. Okay. If you are good, you can go very fast. For example, if you are a good surgeon, you will make money more than the president of the country. So it is about, it's like attracting, the tacit knowledge. Because here, very important, doctor. Yeah, you see, even though we're gonna cover with you, I don't know if we can finish today or not. Maybe we stay another dialogue because this one is very valuable thing and very important. Actually, most of our projects around the world, we did solving using these capitals. Okay. When we go to the human capital, we unfortunately today, because of the the information technology or artificial intelligence, as if we are saying that the human capital is not important. Indirectly, with time, for example, human capital in working in factories. I know Rwanda want to do factories, right? Already have some factories in Volkswagen, for example, for the cars and so on. Okay. Now, with time, Rwanda had to bring its own product. For example, bring engines for cars. This is where Rwanda will make money. Now, it's another company, and the Rwandans are working for that company. The profit is going for that company. Rwanda is only getting the minimal amount. Okay. If Rwanda want to make the the value-added differentiation, it means the country need to find where is in the cars industry that they can capitalize on. Okay, and here we bring this is maybe not the subject because we have another dialogue for that about the tacit and explicit knowledge. What is having when we talk about the Filipinos, for example, and they have both explicit knowledge and tacit knowledge. For example, they are not more clever than the Indians or the Sri Lankans, for example. But their explicit knowledge is better. The way they write things, the way they tidy things, which is more about attitude.
The attitude.
And this is very important. And we find in many countries, including developing countries in Africa and so on, and that they lose jobs not because they are less clever than others. Actually, Africans are the most clever people I've seen in my life. I traveled 69 countries. I can tell you Africa is one of the best countries. But they never had the chance to be, let's say, shaped. I don't want to say trained. I don't want to say educated. I don't want to say, shaped, properly shaped. Means they know how to present themselves. Frankly, the worst people is the white people from Europe, especially from the north. But they are very good in representing themselves. Okay? the way they talk. Maybe they are not clever, they don't know but the way they are presenting themselves is what is making for them the value added. Okay, but because we don't know how to present our children or ourselves and so on, we tend to lose lots of jobs.
Yes.
Okay, and this is very important. So the tacit knowledge and the explicit knowledge, beside the competency, which is the training, the education, the skill and the experience, this is what makes a difference for any wealth, human capital wealth.
Yeah, you have a point for today? Yeah? One.
Yeah, because what the doctor was saying is very sensitive, and it's a very big challenge to Africa, while we are the first continent to have important number of human capital, if I can say that. And we are not making them, they are not producing the enough output, if I can say that, just because of that challenge. On the international market, the challenge is that, if I can say that, we are not standing on our own feet, because we work in a kind of strange or foreign environment which is not conducive for us. We speak the languages which are not ours. That's what I want to underline. If you tell me to present myself in English or in French or in any language, that's not my language. And sometimes I didn't have a good school to teach me that language. I want to be able to present really myself, like an American or someone who is like from England or somewhere else. Not only in oral expression, but also in writing. Like if you write a paper, you may have good data, but you are not able to fine-tune the data to express what you think. You have a good idea, but you are not able to market that idea in a proper way. So it is not really competitive as the one coming from the other side. So I think that's a very important challenge, especially for Rwandese, because that's one I know very well. We are really facing these challenges.
You are in transition stage. You are not French, not English.
Yeah.
Not Rwandese.
So we are Rwandese.
Right? And this is a problem that I see that very clearly. And some of you studied French more, but you are working on an English environment, like this guy, for example. Okay. Like for her, because she studied in Kenya, her English is very good. She understands very fast and so on. Okay, but you have to decide. This is again something to be blamed. Frankly, the higher education system, especially the universities. Either when you teach in English, you're supposed to have a graduate who have, when they graduate, they should understand English, right? I've seen many people who finish from the university, but they don't know English. And they've been taught in English. So it means the system was really weak, because it did not emphasize, and at least in the higher education system, they should be speaking English.
Yeah, it's a very complex and complicated thing. We cannot say it here, but anyway, I just wanted to. Yeah, I mean it can take a whole day to debate about.
Okay, let's go to social capital. Yeah?
Yes.
Let's move to another.
I just want to underline that issue.
لا بس it is, by the way, يعني Rwanda really need to work a lot in the human capital side. What Dr. meant is not that you don't have zero capital, but you don't have value for the capital. It's totally different. Okay. يعني, but that's for sure. Frankly, I can tell you, I met many professors, but directly when I met